this tool, this tool is a tool that I absolutely love. I've used it for 20 years at least. And it helps when it comes to intrusive thoughts or thoughts that don't align with where you're going, but it feels like you can't stop these thoughts. People always ask, they're like, how are you so peaceful, right? When there's craziness going on in the world, how do you have this grounded like peace? And I remind them that I've been doing this work for a very, very long time. And one of the tools that I use, because this is something when we remember we're all connected, and a lot of the things that go through our head, a lot of the thoughts that come through our heads are not even ours. This tool is very helpful for you to quiet your mind. What tool is that? It is this mine? So when I have thoughts that come into my head that I can, like, it feels like I cannot move through them, one of the things that I ask any thought that comes through my head is this mine? Because when you ask that, you stop yourself to say, is this thought mine? And when it is not yours, you will find that thought flies away. It minimizes, it lessens, it diminishes, and then it goes away. And so the more you can ask yourself, is this mine? Is this thought even mine? Is this mine? You will find that the majority of the thoughts, you are just an antenna. We are receiving vessels. We came to this earth because we were meant to create our own realities and receive the things that we desire. We came into the 3D, into this matter, because we wanted to like think of things and create things and allow our energy, allow our frequency to create and manifest and actualize things into our environment. Like, this is why we came. So because of this, we are receiving vessels, which means you're receiving thoughts, you're receiving ideas, you're receiving the sound in your hearing from this video. You are receiving pictures in front of your eyes, and you're also receiving thoughts. Okay, so a lot of the thoughts that we receive are not ours. A lot of the thoughts that we receive match a frequency that you're in. So I love this story. This is an Abraham Hicks story. If you guys haven't watched or listened to Abraham Hicks before, Google it on like YouTube and you'll see some of the videos. Well, in the story, one of the women, she was like, I don't know, I have this fear crossing across this bridge that I never had this fear before, but I have this fear of riding across this bridge and I don't understand why. And so Esther Hicks through Abraham says, Abraham Hicks through Esther says, well, what has been happening in your life that's equal to this fear, like that matches the vibration of these thoughts? And she's like, well, we started having these neighborhood watch meetings because one of our neighbors was the home was broken into, and so we're going to the neighborhood watch meetings, and the neighborhood watch meetings is watch this and be aware of this. And so there's a lot of like fear, right, that now is coming up because of the meetings, because of what's happened in the neighborhood. And so she's like, oh, that fear that I'm feeling from the neighborhood watch, now it's matching the fear of going across the bridge. What if something happens? What if the bridge collapses? What if? And so she's like, oh, it makes sense because now, like, I had heightened my fear. And so the thoughts that match that frequency are now coming. And these are thoughts that have probably always existed while you're driving across that bridge. You just weren't in alignment with it to even receive thoughts like that. Are y'all feeling me of how easily we can start to go down a mulberry bush and these thoughts not even be ours? It's just because it matches the frequency that we're on, that it feels like it's ours. And so what she did was when she shifted and decided, oh, let me not focus on the fear, right, from this neighborhood watch and things, the fear of going across that bridge diminishes, right? Okay. And so I'll tell you a story of mine. So I manage my vibration like a ninja. This is what I teach. This is what I do. Manage my vibration like a ninja, right? So that means I manage the thoughts that come through. Of course, I do my shadow work. I do all of the line soul alchemy work. I alchemize. I do what I need to do, but I really focus on, especially when it's thoughts that light thoughts that have no feeling. I manage them like a ninja. I intentionally think positive thoughts. I intentionally think like out of this world, like big thoughts, like amazing thoughts. Like I really think like the delusional alien, like next dimension level thoughts, because that is what is successful for me. That is what's like, yeah, it brings emotion and brings like good feelings in my body. Well, of course, with everything that's going on, right, all the chaos that is happening at the time of this recording, you can get into a scroll and looking at TikTok, and then you can start to have a lot of thoughts coming into your head. And so I started to have these thoughts of the situation and what's happening with, muscatina and muskrat and the orange mango and all of those things. And so the thoughts just kept coming and coming and coming. And And I was like, whoa, are these thoughts even mine? And they weren't. So when I'm like, is this mine? The thoughts started to go away. It started to float away. I was like, return to sender, return to sender, return to sender. And then in order to lock in the thoughts that were mine, I started to intentionally think thoughts that were the ones that felt good. Lotus is POTUS. Everything's working out for me and in my favor. Yes, this, that is happening now, but it's for our good because it is waking a lot of people up. So you see how like I took all of those and I started to raise my vibration to the thought, or raise my thoughts to the vibration that I to match the vibration of where I'm going, where I know I want to be. Okay. And so, but I had to do, is this thought even mine? Return to sender. Is this even the thought, like thoughts that I would even have? No, return to sender. And so the more I did that, it let those intrusive thoughts start to melt away. Now, what happens if you say, is this thought mine? And it becomes to get more and more intense. You get to say, okay, well, what is here for me? Right? What is hitting on it? What lesson do I get to take in? What cycle do I get to close in this moment? And you can use the Alliance of Alchemy method, right? That 5-step method that I gave you to close the cycle, to heal from that, to allow yourself to move whatever emotions, whatever stuck tissue, like whatever stuck in your tissues and your cells, to move that through. And then you get to say, I am complete with this cycle. I have healed this. You get to shine a light on that, alchemize it, integrate it, and then you get to choose, what direction do I want to go in? What are the thoughts that align with where I'm going? And you get to start to intentionally think those thoughts. So if you find yourself having intrusive thoughts, if you find yourself thinking and just can't get the situation off your mind, or anything that is just not in alignment with where you want to go off your mind, then ask yourself, is this not mine? Is this mine? And just keep asking that for all of those thoughts, and you will find yourself eventually in a place of such peace that you'll be like, I don't think I've had a thought in for a long time. And then what do you get to do? Intentionally think, I'm the best thing that ever happened to this entire world. I am here to anchor in the light. My gifts are needed into this world. I am so excited to do what I do. I am here to change the face of this planet. I am here to anchor in so much light. Like I am, right? And like you get to like replace, like when you have no thoughts, you get to intentionally bring up thoughts that feel positivity, that feel love, that feel all of the things that you've been wanting to feel. You get to bring those type of thoughts into your mind, and those get to anchor in. So, is this mine? Use that tool over and over and over and over again, and you will find that you get to walk in such a peace, even in times of chaos. We rise together.